So this video is going to be episode 2 of my Black Lion campaign. Last night I was playing and I all of a sudden found that the Northern Empire was sieging my trap fief of Pencanic. And while I was on my way to go and defend that siege, I saw that the Western Empire was sieging Marinath, and I thought, wait, this would make great material for episode 2 of my Black Lion campaign. So I've put off playing until I had a quiet enough house to film a new episode. These should be really good battles. The my MO has been to bully the Blandians and leave the Northern Empire and Western Empire alone. They are my other two closest neighbors, and I actually want gear from the Empire. The elite cataphracts will drop the chest piece. The chest piece that I'm wearing is the piece of armor that I want, but I want it in legendary and not the lordly that I've got. Oh, whiffed. This is my first battle of the day logging on, so you're gonna see a lot of frames drop. Seems to happen a lot. My first battle when I log into my games, and I'm playing cold. I haven't had any practice yet today, so bear with me. My companions will hopefully carry the weight. I didn't see any elite cataphracts in that charge, so probably not getting my chest piece this time. But that's all right. Maybe the Northern Empire will come through for me. Leaving my this is the battlefield that I don't much appreciate of Marinath when I assault siege camps in front of Marinath. This is what I get. That's why I took Pencanic, so I wouldn't have to use this one as much. I was belatedly started the charge, and hopefully I gotta hold fire and get a charge from my cavalry because that's too much infantry for the wives of my clan to deal with all on their own. I love that so much. Cavalry comes in and infantry disappears. I'm gonna put my fire at will back up and reform them. Hopefully one of my clan members won't pick up that flag. It's annoying when that happens. They become useless flag holders for the rest of the battle. I'm considering not even using a flag, but in the beginning of these battles, it is a benefit. I only have a flag in battles where I have troops, because clan members won't start out as flag bearers, and that's just fine with me. Oh man, yeah, it's one of my tanks picked up the flag. I think I am going to just ditch it. It isn't that much of a benefit, I don't think. I'm using the flag that increases or decreases the accuracy penalty for my archers by 8%, so that they're more accurate. But they're all awesome, and I don't think they need it, and more often than not, it just messes me up. You saw when, or I saw at least, when the charge command was given, the one of the 4 troops that I have to recruit in order to start the siege camp assault, is holding the flag, and he charges with his little one-handed weapon, and they always get smoked real quick right at the beginning of the battle when you do that. So I reformed up my archers. So we had some cavalry come in, but looks like the cavalry's probably dealt with by now, and give them another charge command so these infantry can start getting circled, so that I can get a good charge on them right now. I'm gonna stop eventually narrating all these moves that I make, because you're gonna get the hang of it. You know what I'm doing, and it's not interesting to have me say the same thing over and over again. I'm just gonna focus on getting some kills. These guys, they can't be out of ammo. Did I say hold fire? Of course I said hold fire. Dork. I do like to have my archers shoot at the archers. I'm gonna move my battlefield up here. My horse archers with the shields, they're probably out of ammo by now, but they aren't wasted standing in the ranks of my other archers, because these archers will shoot at them. They'll catch those shots with their shields. Looks like we lost one of our heroes. This maybe was a bad decision to move the battlefield up. Yeah, Stacy just went down. I think that's her name. I'm trying to read it out of the corner of my eye. We're closer to the enemy's spawn, which can be an issue. I'm gonna give the hold fire command. Losing a bunch of why? Not quite sure why. This battle's nearly done, I want to say. Got a bunch of low-level troops, like 1 and 2. I shouldn't be hunting these stragglers, but these are kills that my troops aren't likely to pick up, so at least they're not going to waste. I've got another big battle right after this at Pencanic, so my guys are going to be a lot more beat up, but it is a more favorable battlefield, so hopefully that'll make up the difference for having already beat up troops. Or maybe I'll just lose my feet, who knows? Nus went down. To a bunch of peasants, they should be ashamed of themselves. I didn't take any damage, what's their problem? Kidding. Those were all foot troops that went down, took damage. And I believe all of the ones that I named will be back and available to do battle in the next siege defense, because they all have the level 25 medicine perk, which heals them after a victory. And I belatedly give the second charge command so that they can quit yelling and celebrating about finishing the rest of the battle. Like I said, I'm starting cold today. I haven't done any practicing. Usually like to warm up a little bit before I make a recording. Not that you'd know it. Jeez. Yeah, these woods are miserable. I'm really glad that I got Mechanic, and hopefully, oh man, I didn't get that kill. Hopefully most of my siege battles or siege defenses will be there. We lost one troop, 9 went down. was only a battalion hero that died, so no great loss there. So yesterday I made episode 1, and I kept making like starting thoughts and not finishing them because something would happen in the battle. I'd get sidetracked. One of those thoughts was how I love Kingdom Come Deliverance and played that game a lot, but one of the things that game lacked very much was mounted combat, and that's part of what I love so much about this game is that mounted combat. I mean, combat on foot is pretty great too, but the mounted combat is pretty exceptional in my book. So I go ahead and take all the prisoners because I defended a siege, and I can then take all those prisoners and put them in a what are they called? Put them in a what in the world? I can sell them to the vendor in the town. So I'm just going to take all of the weapons and armor and bows and shields. I want to check out the armor to see if there's anything of value, but nothing I care about here. And then I'll go and pick up the rest of it and drop it all off in my fief's stash. It's nice to accumulate a nice cache of horses, because once you get the shepherding perk, that's weird. Once you get the shepherding perk, sorry, your movement speed can only go down so far, and so if you have 1,000,000 horses, then you're still moving at like 5.2, I think, is the lowest it can go, and you're able to. Seems like, yeah. Where's all my foods? I guess that's 9. Yep. My abysmal counting skills. But yeah, once you go down to like 5.2, then you can um, that's as low as it'll go, and the shepherding um, perk will pick up the slack, which means that you can transport a ton of horses all at once. But if you've got a ton of horses, then you can transport a ton of goods all at once too. Oh man, doggone it! I'm cursing my luck that this battle over at Pancanic has already started. They won't be able to finish it, but it means I'll have to share the battlefield with militia, which I'm not excited about. Looks like someone leveled something up. She is one of my newest wives, and so it's good when she makes a level. She's the other new wife. Got to get their athletic skill up to 200, 225, and then um, I can level their medicine skill. Put a perk point in their medicine skill, and then my whole warband will be able to level up after they fall in battle. So long as I win after the battle. If I don't win after the battle, it doesn't much matter. Another point I was trying to make, but had kind of dropped the ball on, was we ran into a
On my orders!
clan chieftain or a lord on.
Move!
Sorry, I gotta orient myself with this. This is a new position they're putting me in. I feel like.
Go!
No, I've played from this spot before. It's all good.
Move!
And the advantage of being greatly outnumbered is that they're usually brave enough to come and fight you. You don't have to coax them. But anyway, we ran into a Vlandian lord that had been and from an imperial clan, but had become Vlandian. I was saying the reason for that was because he was originally from the Southern Empire, and the Southern Empire got destroyed while I was passing 20 years with my first character, trying to find a male heir that was a genius. And along those same lines, I was telling you that your firstborn is usually a genius. The firstborn of this character, I got a set of twins, and I was like, great, cool, set of twins, I'll take it. Except it was a bad thing. I should have saved scummed that pregnancy, or that birth rather, because the female of that set of twins ended up being the first born, and so she was the genius, and I ended up having to wait even more time than I should have had to in order to find a male genius. The reason why I don't want a female genius is because when you I'm gonna give a charge command here. When you give when your clan members are conceived, they assume the level of your of their parent of the same gender as them. So the male, the sons will have the same level as their father, and the daughters will have the same level as the mothers. But the thing is that if you have daughters, you can't marry your daughters off. They will if you do, they leave your clan. Whereas your sons, you get them married, and their sons will stay in your clan, and only add to your clan size, because they have wives that then become part of your clan, and so it's way more valuable to have sons, which is why I go ahead and save scum my births of my children so that you have sons. I messed up a couple of times in this playthrough. I have like 2 or 3 daughters, which is unfortunate, but I may eventually, like with this character's son, his heir, I may what I may end up doing is getting this character married once he's level 62, and oh my gosh, are these guys retreating? That would be so abysmal. Okay, they're just making way for the cavalry to come die first. That's fine with me. So I'm gonna get this character married. They'll have a son, and that son will be my heir. But when I retire this character in favor of that son, I may just retire the entire clan and start over again. And that way, I can then save scum my births, have all males, and they'll all be level 62. Which will make it expensive to run my warband, which doesn't mean anything, of course. But I think there is some value in having a high level character. I think learn your skill levels faster the higher level you are. It would seem to me. I feel like that's true from previous playthroughs. Um, so yeah, that's something you can do. As I was saying, your youngest, your younger sister is a genius, but she's not a good uh, candidate to be your heir. I want to say because if
Ready yourselves!
the thing is that she gets her attribute points assigned um, before you get an opportunity to have a say in what attributes she's going to get. So she's going to have a lot of wasted attributes in social. More likely than not. I mean, you could get lucky and not have any wasted attribute points in her, and then maybe she would be a very valid candidate as an heir. But I wouldn't count on it if I were you. More likely is to get your, and then also she's a female, which isn't of great value. You can have level her up and have a good 5 maybe 6 kids by her, and they'll all be the level that you leveled up to. But then what? You're not going to be able to get a clan full of beasts using a female character. It's a big disadvantage. The advantage of playing a female character is that you have a opportunity to then marry that female character that was in your clan to begin with, and she can get married, and you don't lose her, but you gain a husband. I have played with female. That was my original thought. I was like, oh yeah, you gotta play with female characters because of this. Then I learned that if you play with a male character, you can have a boatload of you can have a clan full of high level characters. So yeah. In summary, your sister, while she's a genius, it's pretty unlikely that she'll end up being much more use to you than any of your other troops, your other clan members. Doesn't look like I'm sharing the battlefield with any of the militia. Maybe some of these fiends and heroes are militia. Oh yeah, that guy's militia. So that is annoying because I'll get not 100% of the loot, which I would prefer to get. But again, these guys didn't seem to put together a very good army. So even though they had 1850, because there were 2 armies, they had 1850 troops, but the battle started before I could get here. Maybe all the good troops went down before, and that seems likely, before I got here. What a shame. So I put my shield on my back because I have the, I believe it's 225 crossbow perk that makes it more likely that when you get shot in the back while you've got your shield on your back, it'll be blocked. Which, of the 2 perks, is not the best. The other perk is that if you shoot an enemy cavalry, you have like a 50% chance, which of all the skills that do this is the highest percent chance, but you have like a 50% chance to dismount the enemy cavalry when you hit them with your crossbows. And I used to run with my lance, shield, a crossbow, and a quiver. But I don't do that anymore. Javelins are objectively better. I'd rather dismount them. I mean, I'd rather kill them than dismount them. And the javelins, you get a faster reload on them too. So just not worth it. Looks like I'm pretty well out of ammo. I'm gonna go and give the hold fire command and start wrecking as much as I can. Jeez, I'm missing right and left. I mentioned that I like the thrust because I feel like the reset from the attack is quicker than a swing. That's true. I feel like it seems to me. I can't say definitively. I haven't like gotten a stopwatch or anything, but that seems to be true. But also when you're like chasing a target down or running to meet a target. Your lance will stay extended, and if you run into the target while your lance is still extended, even though they your timing wasn't perfect, you'll still do damage, and most of the time kill them. So yeah, pole arms are fantastic, and especially ones that have the thrust function, in my opinion. A lot of people will argue for the pole arms that only can swing, because sometimes you'll end up thrusting when you didn't want to thrust, and I agree. I mean, that is obnoxious and a thing to be dealt with, but I can't advocate the loss of functionality in those pole arms that don't have that function. Plus, you can set up to where you can do couch stance. These guys. Can't believe that nonsense. Yeah, there's nothing to attack. It's over. Doggone it. Did not get the kills I wanted to out of that. And you'll see, I only got 97% of the loot, which is good, but yeah, look at that renown. Renown is absolutely useless to me. Another thing that I was talking about yesterday was I was trying to like iterate the rules that I laid down for this campaign. It was pretty laughable. I went at great lengths saying which troops I could recruit, but I could have made it all much shorter and just said I don't recruit troops from enemy fiefs, and unless by force, I'm allowed to force the notables to give me troops, obviously, because that makes sense to me. So there's that rule, and then also I did say I'm playing it in Bannerlords for the first time, Bannerlord difficulty, I should say. And then also the biggest thing is that this is as vanilla a run of Bannerlords as you're ever gonna see. I don't have any mods. I don't have any cheats. I don't have any exploits. I would say I don't have any exploits. I have discovered a couple of exploits in this run, and one of them I actually did use. I don't feel very guilty about it. Ooh, nice. Got a large bag, stacked bodkin arrows. This is 37 arrows in a quiver, and you'll see a lot of my guys already have at least one of them. I like to have a stack of balanced bag of stacked balanced bodkins and a large bag, but not all of them have that yet. We're getting there. We'll get him one. what I saw? Yeah, that's fantastic. Very much appreciate that. Because with the legendary stacked bodkin arrows, you get the 37 arrows that you would from a stacked bodkin. I mean, a large bag of stacked bodkins, but they've also got the 6 pierce damage that you get from the balance. It's the best of both worlds. Pretty fantastic. But no good armor. Legendary boots, legendary bracers. The thing is that all of my clan members have at least this already, so while that stuff's great, it's not good enough to get excited about, apparently. Unfortunately. So yeah, I was saying about my rules of no cheats, mods, or exploits. I've found a couple of exploits that I have. Well, one of them I inadvertently used because it's hard to. You have to really go out of your way to not use it. That one being if you get enemy lords and you um, turn them in at the tavern for money, they will go right back. Well, they don't go right back into your inventory, but what they do is they go into your dungeon of your fief, and so you can then pull them out of your dungeon and sell them again, which is obnoxious. But it is a way to get your roguery skill up if you got a good couple hundred of those guys and did that over and over again. Not to say that I did that. I certainly didn't. The exploit that I did take advantage of was that. Oh, by the way, when you're assaulting a siege camp, always click on your fief rather than the siege camp itself when you're going to attack it, because you'll see I didn't lose any troops from my prisoner pool jumping into the town. There isn't any travel time between where I was and the town, and so I don't lose any of those prisoners, which is pretty dang cool and a worthy tip. The other exploit I found was that if you want into a enemy town, you can. Why am I so slow? Why is it not telling me? Huh. This is my other fief that I use to sell weapons and armor to in order to gain money. Just make sure there's nothing here I care about, and there's not. It's all rubbish. But those two battles were worth more than 500,000 gold. If you want to get into an enemy town, all you have to do is click on the town. Like if you're at war with them, you click on the town and um, you run up to the town and until you get to the menu of like, okay, well this is an enemy town. What do you want to do? You want to disguise yourself and sneak into it? You want to besiege it? The thing is about the sneaking into the town option is that you will um, as you gain renown, your ability to sneak into towns gets reduced. And if you're playing in a late game Bannerlords like this, your chances are going to be really reduced until they get all the way down to 0, and it's just not worth it to even try. But there is an exploit. What you can do is once you get into that menu, rather than besieging the town or trying to sneak into it, just go into your clan tab and go down to one of your clan members, I'm sorry, it has to be a companion. You talk to a companion, and they will, um,
Yeah!
you like opt to talk to them face to face, and you start talking to them in the town. And the reason why that's of value is because if you're running what are they called, gang alleys in that town, and you need to do a gang alley defense, you can go and find the gang leader that is assaulting your alley and talk to him and start that gang alley defense fight. So it's essentially like what's the words? It's essentially exploiting your way into enemy towns so that you can do those encounters. It's also could be used to like access the trade of that town. You could buy stuff from them because they will. Um, but they will like you can go to the trade vendors in the town and buy stuff, but you'll have to pay exorbitant prices for it because you're at war with them. But whatever, you know, you can still access the stores, which is nice early on if you don't have a place to sell stuff of your own. I did take advantage of that exploit, so I can't say that I didn't use any exploits, but because I took advantage of it because I feel like the system is kind of dumb. That I mean, I kind of get it. It makes a little bit of sense that you can't sneak into towns once your renown is too high, but yeah, it's really crippling. And you know, leveling your roguery is hard enough without making it impossible to defend your gang alleys. This is gonna be a long one versus warband battle here, so strap in. So yeah, I'm also sorry about. I will apologize for the click-clack of my mouse and keyboard as I play the game and do commentary at the same time. I didn't know it was going to be such an issue. I should have known. I have like played video games with family and friends, and they've been like, "What the heck? You can hear your mouse and keyboard like crazy." But anyway, there's nothing I can do for it at this moment. I did hear from what I would consider a friend from Tactical Enlightenment, another Bannerlord's YouTube channel. He does some really great content. If you enjoy watching Bannerlord's videos and don't mind expletives, definitely check his channel out. He's worth the watches. He's become my daily watch on YouTube for sure. But he tipped me off about Voice Meter, a program that you can use to optimize your sound output and maybe drown out some of the background noise, like mouse and keyboard clatter. So hopefully in the future I will have the opportunity to download that app or something like it and create a more viewable experience for you guys, for myself too, when I go back and watch it over again, which I enjoy doing. It's pretty fun. Maybe half of my views are actually mine. It was me looking at my videos. I do have a serious YouTube video addiction, much like many of you, I'm sure. But it has helped creating my own content, and I can watch it instead of consuming other people's content so much anymore. Anyway, it's not to say that I don't, but it's less of a problem, I feel like, which is great. So In my last episode, I ran into a Davabard of the Darvard clan, who I had an encounter with and video recorded and it noted him and told his story. But when I ran across Davabard of the same clan, I had me questioning whether I had the names right. But it turns out I did have the names right, and there is a Davabard and a Darbard in the same clan. Isn't that hilarious? They made a fool of me. Oh well. I'm over it. These guys, they're so puny. And I have plenty health. So I'm thinking about just having this be a ground battle. Pretty quick here. Oh man, that was ugly. I did not expect these pikemen to get so aggressive, but good for them. I like it. I think they were part of the nobles' retinue in this battle, and that's why they're detached from the rest of the warband. Where did everyone else go? Heck. Oh my goodness. What is going on? Did they? Okay. I was just disoriented, that's all. Alright. Who else is tired of this life? I think they're out of archers, so I'm just gonna... Ah, man. Just gonna pick off some of these shieldless schmoes. That's all of those. It's always worth it to drop those empty quivers, especially with the javelins. They add so much weight. And I think I am going to at least try and do this battle on foot. I think I will drop my shield and my axe, and we will do this with polearm. The reason why polearm is safer in these large crowds is because it has more reach, and you can do this run away and whack them from behind option, which is good. But also there's a perk in polearm skill tree that increases your movement. Ooh, man, that guy's fast. Increases your movement speed by 2%. And every little movement speed counts when you're doing this. God, this may be slower than trying to do it on horseback. And not particularly safer, it seems. The heck. Maybe I should have kept my axe. I think I'll just jump back on my horse. I have noted in the past that doing the overhand attack from horseback is dangerous because you have to square up with the enemy troops, so you don't have such a option of angle with your swing. But it's not so bad. It's not so bad. And it's even better, I feel like, if you are riding counterclockwise like I am right now. And we'll just, now that we have them out of the woods anyway, we'll just batter them down with this overhand attack. Eventually whittle them down. I was really rather surprised that they were doing so well with their movement speed, even though they're not wearing any armor and stuff because I got all the perks, man. Got all the skills. Seems like I ought to be able to outrun them without any worries, but didn't seem to be the case. Not this time around. Maybe it could be that their captain, their lord, had some captain perks that increased their movement speed, and so made them more able to catch me. That's certainly a thing. I don't think so, buddy. It's cool that there's the audible cues that they're giving up and starting to run away. It's nice. I appreciate it because I don't like letting anyone go. That's the whole point of these fights, is to get all these kills for myself. And you guys were chickens standing in the woods. I won't give you any props. Will not honor you with a duel. Anyway, I feel like that was a pretty good episode. 2 siege defenses and a very successful 1 versus 115 battle there. So I'm gonna go ahead and end the episode. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.